And good evening, everybody. I hope you got the little gong then. I don't know why it looped again with the countdown, but there we go. I'm still working on this stuff, still working on it, and still going out of focus. Yeah, still going out of focus. What's going on there? Hang on. Are we going to get it? We're going to get in focus. That'll do. Well, good evening, everybody. I hope you had a nice day. I've spent all day in the office again, pretty much, doing bits and pieces, tinkering with the website. So there's a few little changes on our website. If you go to the homepage, I've changed a few things now today, and I'm going to be doing that for the next couple of days as well. But I know why you're all here. You're all here for the results from last night's quiz. Now, at the moment, I can see there's not many of you here. There's not many of you here for the results, which is a bit of a shame, isn't it? Obviously, you're not that bothered with how you got on last night. I know some of the questions were a little bit tricky, so I know that it was a bit harder for some of you. But some of you did tremendously well. Yeah, tremendously well. I was impressed, almost to the point where I thought you were looking things up. But then it was very difficult to look things up because some of the questions I made up, so you couldn't find them on the internet. So yeah, there we go. Right. So without further ado, shall we crack on? Good evening, fine pair of shoulders. Thank you for messaging. Thank you. You don't all have to message me to say you're here. But I mean, if you want to say you're here, so that I know that there's a fair few of you available for these results, be helpful, just so I know. I'm flying solo tonight as well. So it's just me this evening. So let's call up the round. So the first round was round one. What in the wide world of sports? Are we all sitting comfortably? Are you all ready for these results? Card answers are here. Hi, card answers. So let's, where's the sport round? There we go. So let's crack on. So question one, which is the highest football ground in England? Is it Carlisle? Is it Oldham Athletic? Is it West Bromwich Albion? It was. Wasn't that? Do you know what I'm doing? I'm in the wrong feed. There we go. That's why. Right, here we go. So, which is the highest football ground in England? Carlisle, Oldham Athletic or West Bromwich Albion? It was West Bromwich Albion. Yes. So I think a number of you got that right. Question number two. How many players are there in a netball team? 5, 7 or 9? It is in fact 7. There are 7 netball players in a team. Don't understand. Goal attack. They can't really attack it. They just stand. I don't get it. I don't get netball. Apparently it's really rough as well. Really violent. Anyway, there we go. Which sport commences with a face-off? Is it boxing? Is it chess? Or is it ice hockey? No one said chess, oddly enough, that I can remember. Pretty much no one said chess. I thought boxing would be a good one because obviously you get quite close and everything, and in chess as well you face each other. It is in fact though ice hockey. So ice hockey. There was a very a computer game actually in the late 80s, early 90s I think called Face Off. I remember having that. How many jumps are there in the Grand National? There are 30 jumps in total. There are 2 laps of the course which have got 16 jumps in the lap, but apparently they don't do 2 of the jumps. So it's 30. I've looked that up. I double checked and triple checked. It's 30. Sue Barker, tennis player, BBC TV presenter, won her only Grand Slam title in 1976. Where was it? It was in fact at the French Open. Yes, that's it. That's the only thing she won. A major title. She was in the semi-final of Wimbledon the year after, I think, or the year before. One of the two. I think it might be the year after. No, or maybe the same year. Maybe the same year. Who was the first boxer to defeat Mike Tyson? Well, Mike Tyson was beaten only, I think, 5 or 6 times in his entire career, something like that. Twice by Evander Holyfield, once by Lennox Lewis, and once by Buster Douglas, who was the first one that beat him. I can't remember the year, but it was Buster Douglas. David Campese was the leading try scorer for which country in rugby union? It was Australia. Yes. I think he has that's awful music, or I've got no music playing at all. Nothing. There's nothing here at all. And you've said thank you, Agatha Christie. I don't know what you're on about. Anyway, Australia. David Campese. It could be Italian, couldn't it? In a decathlon, what is the first event? It is the 100 metres, so they're shattered before they even start. Which of these British motor racing drivers has the most starts in F1? Now, this was a question that foxed a number of you. Some of you said David Coulthard, a number of you said Lewis Hamilton. Not many of you said the right answer, which was, in fact, Jenson Button. 326, I think, off the top of my head. I really should have... Oh, Margaret. No, I can't start again. Goodness sake. You can watch it back. Margaret Latter's just arrived and wants me to start again. You can watch it back. It'll be uploaded on YouTube. On Facebook as well. And who holds the English record for the most runs scored in Test cricket? It is Alistair Cook. Alistair Cook was the leading run scorer. Over 12,000 he's got currently. So let's have a little look at that. So some of you did really quite appallingly in that first round, and which was a bit unfortunate. Now, some of you chose to have that as your joker round. And so obviously out of 10, some of you had, there was two 16s, there was a 14, there was an 18, and someone got 20. So the wise guys, you got all the questions right, and you had it as your joker round, so you got double the points. So yeah, some of you clearly have got no idea about sports, which I know about. I know that you haven't, like motivated, for instance, but you still got 5 points in that round, which was quite good. Some of you, Agatha Christie, did shockingly with the sport and got 2, which was yeah, really disappointing, because you've had a good run of things and then you only got 2 points in that particular round. I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry, but maybe you need to, yeah, there we go. Anyway, oh Darren, sorry, I know why you had the loop now. I've just worked it out, because I had Facebook open. That's why. I should close it. Yes. Right, let's move on to round number 2. Anyway, so just looking through the scores there, we've got a multitude of 5 and 6s actually. Most of the scores there, 5 or 6. Right, let's move on. Let's close that one down. We don't need round 1 anymore. So round 2 was what's the question? And the answer for question 1 was Neil Armstrong. What was the question? Of course, who was the first man on the moon? There really isn't many other answers to that. Sorry, any more questions to that answer. It gets confusing, doesn't it? It gets very confusing. So, yeah. Neil Armstrong. Answer number 2 was 1939. Again, a pretty easy one, I'd like to think. In which year did the Second World War start? Excuse me. Now, I accepted a few of you said the year would declare war on Germany, that sort of thing. So, pretty much, if you implied in your question, or your question, sorry, yes, that the Second World War started, however that was, you got the point. Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor is the son of Harry and Meghan. So what is the name of Harry and Meghan's son? Okay, anything around about that. What's the name of Harry's child, Harry's son, that sort of thing. That I accepted that as well. All right. H2O, pretty much all of you got this. What is the chemical formula for water? Again, so not really a lot of contention with that one. Lima. Now, some of you decided to give me a different question on this one, but what I was after was, what is the capital of Peru? So, the capital of Peru was the question, the answer was Lima, and that's the only question I was looking for. Fair enough about your wine in Agatha Christie, who got only 2 in the sports round. To be honest, Agatha Christie, perhaps you need to get out more and do a bit more sports, perhaps when the lockdown's finished. The Burj Khalifa, some of you remembered that from the week before. It was, in fact, what is the tallest building in the world? Now, I did accept what is the tallest building in Dubai, because if it's the tallest building in Dubai, in this case, it's the tallest building in the world. I was looking for the tallest aspect All right, so now I know a few of you said tallest building in Dubai. I still let you have that, but pretty much all of you got that right. Mercury. Now again, a bit of a few different questions here with this one. Now, what I was looking for was, which is the closest planet to the sun? So nothing to do with thermometers, nothing to do with liquid metals. It was, which is the closest planet to the sun, which the majority of you got. So that's obviously vindicates my question. Erin Bogue. Now, I think there was 2 of you got this wrong, actually. Some of you didn't know who she was. Maybe it's before your time of dancing and watching Strictly. But Erin Bogue, who was Anton Dubek's competitive dance partner. So I said I accepted professional partner on Strictly, that sort of thing. So basically, I wanted the connection between Anton and Erin. Bugatti Chiron Supersport. What? That's not correct. Who is Anton's competitive dance partner? That's a bit peculiar. I don't know how that's happened. Well, that's a bit embarrassing. The Bugatti Chiron Supersport is... The question was, what is the fastest production car in the world? Clearly, my cut and pasting got missed out there for some reason. Yeah, so sorry about that. So what I was looking for is, what is the fastest... yeah, so I could see Anton dancing with Bugatti Chiron Supersport quality. Don't worry, Imina. I've already sorted it. You're fine. Don't worry. I got the idea what you were on about. So anyway, Anton Dubek didn't dance with a Bugatti Chiron Supersport. Bugatti Chiron Supersport. What is the fastest production car in the world? That's what I was after. 304 miles per hour. It does. 304. That's even faster than my car. And the blue whale. Obviously, again, all of you got this. What is the biggest creature on Earth? What is the biggest mammal on Earth? What is the biggest creature that's ever lived? That sort of thing. I think in terms of weight, it's the heaviest that's ever lived. But there was a dinosaur that was significantly longer. Very long neck, very long tail. So not quite the longest in the world ever. But so there we go. That was round 2. And round 2, how many of you did... so a couple of you had that as your joker round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you had that as a joker round. We had a 20 out of 20 there, which was very well done indeed. And that was from the Brecon Beacons, Peter and Sylvia. So you got 20 out of 20 on that. And better latter than never, you got 18 as well. So you did very well. And another 18 there for Stompy Feet. A 16 from the Hungry Hawks too. So you did very well on that round. It was a good one. Good choice for you to have as your double round. So, and then a couple of you got 8s and 9s. So a few of you only 1 mark off there. I'm getting absolute maximum marks. So generally speaking, most people did quite well in that round. We did have a 3. Yeah, unfortunately, we did have a 3 down there. Yes, I'm not going to say that was. That's unfair. So, but generally speaking, most of you did very well. So question of round number 3 was, picture this. Foxed a number of you. So this is my favourite round. What is it? So what we've got is, we've got a television and Mark Wahlberg. So put the 2 together, you've got a telemark. A few got that right. Well done. Question number 2. So what have we got? We've got a picture of a 5 and a doorstep. So we've got a 5 miles per hour sign and a doorstep. So put the 2 together, you've got a 5-step, which we've talked about before. How many steps in a 5-step? Answers on a postcard. 4 is the answer. So it's a 5-step was the answer I was looking for there. So if you put 5 and step together, if it was anything before and anything after it, I ignored that. As long as the 5 and the step were together, one after the other, I gave you the point. Some of you did put something in between 5 and step. So slow 5 doorstep, that sort of thing. Not good enough, I'm afraid. Had to be 5 and step. Now, what is this? Now, some of this foxed a number of you, but really, you should have got it from the second picture. It's Fireman Sam, and it's a picture of a bar. So that is Samba. Quite clever, that, eh? You like that? So Samba. The next one. Now, what is it on the left, and what is that on the right? So that on the left is Blackpool Rock, and the right is a right turn. So that turns into rock turn. Not a rock right turn or a natural rock turn. Well, natural, I just discounted that because of, just discounted it. As long as rock and turn were together, you got the point. Now this one, some of you didn't have a clue, but what is it on the left? It's an avocado. It's a 1970s cooker, and that is Jeffrey Archer. So if you put the two together, you get Cucaracha, which I thought was quite clever. I was quite pleased with myself there. Hello, Mother. I'm glad you went through glad your car went through its MOT, and I'm glad you went through your X-ray. You got soft tissue bruising, which is good. My mother fell down the stairs. She threw herself down the stairs. She's been drinking too much again. Luckily, she's okay. But she thought maybe she'd broken something, but she's had X-rays and she's fine, which is good. So rest up, Mother. She's in bed now watching us. No, she's watching Lewis. She's not watching us at all. Outrageous. I'll have to message her quickly and tell her why isn't she watching us rather than... Anyway, moving on. So that's a Cucaracha. Question number 6. Now, I think all of you got this one right. It was relative. Once you got the first bit, then, to be honest, everyone had got the right idea. So that's a black picture. It's a swimming pool. It's a winter picture, and it's Kew Gardens, Blackpool Winter Gardens. So a nice, easy one. So... this was a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger, funnily enough, but really what I'm looking for there is American. And we've got 2 pictures of wood, one bit of rough wood, one bit of smooth wood, American smooth, hence the X and the tick. There you go. So that confused a few of you, but you didn't quite get it right, but there we go, American smooth. So number 8. Now, the first picture I appreciate was a bit tricky here, so you had to kind of work out who that was and what she represented. I think if you got the last bit, then maybe it would have helped you. So obviously we've got, I'm going to go through Mrs. Trunchbull from Matilda, who's strict. We've got Lee Majors, we've got a come here sign, we've got a Great Dane, and we've got a lady singing. So that was Strictly Come Dancing. This one did perplex a few of you because you just didn't know who that fella was, but if you got what the first picture was exactly, then really you kind of got the idea. It was a Viennese swirl, and his name is Christopher Waltz. He's an actor, so you've got a Viennese waltz. And this one, again, I think most of you got this one right. Someone did say flamingo, but it's a flame, it's men, and it's the co-op, it's flamenco. There we go. So that was round 10. It's round 10. What am I talking about? Round 3. How did you get on? So round 3, some of you did, again, chose that as your joke around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you. 7 of you chose that as your joke around. Not too bad going, actually. A 14, a 16, 2 14s, 2 16s, a couple of 12s, and an 18 there for that joke around, which was for Too Hot to Foxtrot. That was great for them. Those of you that didn't have it as your joke around, some of you did very well, actually. 9s and 8s. A couple of lower scores there. We did have a 5 and a 4 and even a 2 for that round as well. So someone didn't know quite what was going on there. So I'm not going to say who that was. Anyway, so that was round 3. So on to round 4. DizzyfeetTV. Now, some of you clearly did your homework, which was good. I was pleased with that. Some of you didn't and struggled a little. So who were the first couple featured on DizzyfeetTV? Was it James and Kelly, Stephen and Rachel, or Warren and Christy? It was Stephen and Rachel from Australia, and that was November 2011 or 12, if I remember rightly. Number 12? Yeah, 12. Yeah. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't 12, was it? Oh, I can't remember. It was a long time ago. Anyway, they were the first ones. The very first video that we had on our YouTube page. Question number 2. Which video has the most individual views? Was it Beginner's Cha-Cha-Cha, Beginner's Quickstep, or Beginner's Waltz? It was. The Beginner's Waltz was 638,443 views as of yesterday. And I'm just going to check that now, actually, to see what it is today. To see if it's changed. which would be nice, wouldn't it? I should have done that earlier. I should have prepared myself. What did I say? 638,515. Oh, it's gone back one. 638,443. It has gone up to 638,515 since yesterday. There we go. So that's not bad, is it? Question number 3. Who gave James and Kelly a good luck message 7 years ago? Was it Anton and Erin, Vincent and Flavia, or Kai and Natalia? It was, of course, Anton and Erin when they opened our dance studio in Southampton Povies. They gave us a little official thank you message at the end. Which group dance was featured by our Sunday night class at the 2019 Christmas party? Now, a couple of you took part in it, so you should have known that answer. And it was, in fact, the salsa. They did a group salsa, which was tremendous, really good. And we've got something else planned for later in the year. However, that might be scuppered depending on if we can get back when we can get back in the studio, because we're definitely locked down for another 3 weeks at least. Which demonstration couple other than James and Kelly have the most videos? Now, this foxed a few of you. Those of you that come to us regularly all thought it was Warren and Christy. And it was, in fact, Cardi and Rosa. They've got 13 videos. No, 15 videos, I believe. Vadim and Bettina have 13 and Warren and Christy 11. So Warren and Christy were third, actually. We've got something like 49 or something like that. What was the last recorded performance at our Southampton studio, Povies? Was it a kids' street dance performance, Kelly and I doing a waltz, or a Glen Boyce rumba? It was a kids' street dance performance. Well worth a watch. Which colour dress is Kelly most often seen wearing? It is, in fact, blue. It's her favourite one. It works really well. She's had it for so long now, she needs to get a new one. It's a bit knackered. 7 years she's been wearing that dress. No, 8 years. 8 years. 2012. January 2012 she had that dress made. So there you go. Still fits. A little tighter now. Which themed social dance has the most videos? Now again, I think almost all of you got this one right. It is in fact Christmas, but not by a lot. 41 to 37 for Halloween. Valentine's is quite low down, but yeah, so Halloween's got 37, Christmas has got 41. How many videos are there for beginners on DizzyfeetTV? Now, I was a bit ambiguous with this on purpose. So, absolute beginners and beginners, we kind of grouped them together in that respect. So, there are quite a few. Some of you said 22, some of you said 42. Not many of you said 82. It's 82. So, there's no excuse. There's loads of stuff to go to on our YouTube page to give yourself references. Have a little look, learn some stuff, tips and tricks. It's a great resource. And finally, as of now, how many individual views does DizzyfeetTV have? This was as of yesterday, and I'm going to check it again now. So I was very disappointed with some of you, of course, because you didn't think that we were very good, actually, clearly, or didn't have a lot of views. Now, some of you who said the first answer will surely be realising now that you've said it wrong, because just that one video that we, the beginners waltz video, had over 600,000 views. So, what did we say? There we go. I've got it up now, so I know what I'm talking about. So was it A, 567,211? No, it wasn't. So it's either B, 1.5 million, or C, just over 2 million. It was, and is, just over 2 million views. Now, as of yesterday, it was 2,041,249. It's now 2,041,865. So it's gone up by 656 since yesterday. Which isn't, maybe that's a few of you checking stuff out. Anyway, so that was round 4. How did you get on? There was only one team that chose that as their joker round, and that was the Blenworth Beauties. They got a 14 in that round. No one got top marks in that one. We had a couple of 8s, but that was the highest it went. The average was about 5, really. I know it's a bit tricky. Mostly guesswork, really, on that one, to be honest. So, that was round 4. Round 5, the quickfire round, last round. So, from which language is the word ketchup derived? Now, we always think that everything comes from Greece. It doesn't, because that came from the Chinese. So the Chinese, I can't remember what it says now, but it's strange. What type... I have a very hairy chin, apparently, says my mother. Yes, I do need a bit of shape. What type of creature lives in an apiary? Now, I obviously chose that particular one and chose one of the answers because it sounds like ape. But it's not chimpanzees, it is bees. Now, we think of them living in a hive, but it's actually called an apiary. Nora Batty was a character in which long-running TV comedy? It was Last of the Summer Wine. Which UK city was the venue for the 2014 Commonwealth Games? Was it Glasgow or Manchester? It must have been cold. It was Glasgow. So that makes them run faster, doesn't it, if it's colder? Because I just want to get warm. Which bridge spans the River Avon? It is, obviously if you know where the River Avon is, the Clifton Suspension Bridge. Not the Prince of Wales Bridge. The Prince of Wales Bridge is in fact the... itchy nose. Every time I talk on this on camera on a microphone, I get an itchy nose. It's very strange. The Prince of Wales Bridge is the other one to the Severn Bridge. It's on the opposite side of that. So not too far away. In Downton Abbey, which I've never seen, I'd like to say, Hugh Bonneville played Robert Crawley, Earl of Grantham, not Gloucester. What colour are the 4 stars on the flag of New Zealand? Well, this confused a few because the flags of New Zealand and the flags of Australia are identical, all bar the colour of their stars. And the stars on the New Zealand flag are red. The ones for the Australian ones are in fact white. So there's an easy mistake to make. Of what is enology the study? Now, I didn't know this until I looked this up, and I now realise that I'm well into enology myself. It is in fact wine, not opera. And which British Prime Minister was born at Blenheim Palace? All of you got this right. Winston Churchill. And finally, in which year was Live Aid held at Wembley Stadium? Many of you said 84, but it was 1985. So there we go. That was the end of our quiz last night. So in that particular round, how did we get on? So we did have one team get 10 out of 10 in that. And that was Stompy Feet. They got 10 out of 10 for that round. We had quite a few 9s in that one and lots of 8s. Average I would say was 8. Really, we had a couple of 6s and a 5 and a 4. But generally speaking, most of you did quite well indeed. But I'm sure you're all dying to see the leaderboard as it stands, aren't you? So here we go. Here's the leaderboard. So the wise guys have gone into top spots, getting an almighty 53 in that round out of a maximum of 60. So they got 53 out of 60 in that round, which was tremendous. And it pops them up into first place. And apparently I've got someone's saying they got 10. Hang on. Did I look at the wrong one? No. So I've got a dispute. Card answers saying they got 10. Why make that you got 9? Let's have a look. No, you said red for the... hang on. Yeah, you're quite right. You did get 10. You did get 10. How did I make a mistake? How did that happen? James, how did I do that? Doesn't make a big difference, though. So we'll add an extra 1 onto that. I do apologise, card answers. You're still in the same place, though. Apologies. Yeah, I don't know how that didn't happen. I'm very sorry. Please do check I do check these scores. I do check them and go over it to make sure I've done it right. That's the first one I've missed, I believe. Yeah. I'm just checking your results. Yeah, you did get 10. Yeah. So you've got 182.5, but you're still in 5th place. But you're pulling away from the Blenworth Beauties that little bit more. So, yeah, so the wise guys have jumped up onto the top of the leaderboard. So Team GKN has dropped down 2 places. Brecon Beacons have come up as well. And yes, it's all looking quite congested up the top there a little bit, actually. Although there's a bit of a lead from the wise guys. We've got another 3 weeks definitely of this. haven't we? So we'll be up to 7 weeks of this. So even if you've only just started, there's every chance that you can still work your way up that leaderboard and get yourselves a chance to win a box of biscuits. Aren't you lucky? Aren't you lucky? And what's going on here? What's going on here? Why is all that jumping up there? Anyway, that's it. That's it now. That's the results done. I hope you did well. I hope you're enjoying our little quiz each week. Thank you very, very much indeed for supporting it. We really do appreciate those of you sitting at home and taking part. It's nice. Can we have slightly longer for round 5? I don't type very fast, so I missed some questions. You can just put A or B instead of actually typing it out, because there's only 2 answers, isn't it? 1 or 2. 1 or 2, A or B. That I'm happy with that. You don't actually need to physically type in the actual answer itself. All right, so that helps you, because I do appreciate it's a quick round. Yes, good stuff. Tomorrow night you can join us at 6:30 for some pre-dinner drinks, little chat about nonsense again, no doubt. I don't think I've got anything else to report at the moment. Of course, we've made the dance holiday live now, so if any of you are interested in coming along to our dance holiday in October, please do get in touch. If you want any more information, let me know. I'm going to be updating the website in the next coming days as well, so it'll all be on there. But I did put it on our Facebook page, the booking form, and I did say that balances have to be paid by the 31st of September, which could almost imply that you never have to pay, because the 31st of December is never going to come. But what I'm expecting is that because of the lockdown that we've recently had and everything having to play catch up, I think there's going to be extra days added to all of the months of the year. So I think that September is going to be the first one with an extra day to make up for everything. So that's why I did it. Obviously, it wasn't a mistake at all. That's why I did it. So yes, so if you're interested, let me know. It'll be a great time. If you've never been on one of our dance holidays, they are a lot of fun. And if you've never been to the Blackpool Tower and had a chance to dance there, again, it's a wonderful experience. And it is truly a tremendous venue. It's just quite breathtaking, actually, if you've never been, really. Never seen that sort of thing. So some of us have been lucky to go a number of times, but it's tremendous. So yes, that's it for now. I'm going to have my dinner. I got through that quite quickly tonight. No distractions from the ladies, you see. So anyway, everyone, thank you very much. Cheers for now, and I will see you tomorrow at 6:30 for some pre-dinner drinks. And have a good evening, what's left of it. And I'll leave you with the leaderboard to have a little look out as we go. Take care, everyone. Cheers.